Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our presentation. In today's presentation, me, Vũ Ngọc Lưu Ảnh, would like to present to you a proposal of our team called Small Action, Big Impacts. And now I would like to begin. So, how did we come up with this idea? The reason is because we actually created a need analysis for students. And as you may already know, speaking skills requirements for secondary school students of the Ministry of Education and Training actually requires that English must helps learners to first communicate in English, second, live and work effectively. Third, they must help students to study the subjects well. And lastly, understand their lifelong learning. And actually, we did a survey on grade A students from a secondary school of Ho Chi Minh City. And it showed that there is a need for at least 50 students to improve their speaking skills. Why so? Now let's take a look. Overall, most students are aware of the importance of English speakings, as you can see on the screen here, with a significant amount of students agreeing that English speaking is the most important skills. And effective communication in English is significant across various domains. And lastly, it's actually play a very integral role in their future work. But even though they are aware how important it is, they still find 72% of students in the survey still find that English speaking is the most difficult. And some difficulties they have when speaking English includes vocabulary, ideas, pronunciation, remembering the word, in confidence, and they rarely have the chance to speak it in their class. So what are some desirable strategies? As you can see here, there are 4 desirable strategies. That is, they wish to practice speaking English more, create conversations among friends, and participating in English chat room and recording what they speak. However, our project is created and conducted offline, so we can only adapt these 3 except from participating in English chat room. To sum up, as you can see, 79% of students are fully aware of the importance of speaking English. And 72% of students said that speaking English is the most difficult. Here is a chart of students saying what their difficulties are. And here are some desirable strategies for them to improve their speaking skills, as you can see on the screen. And now, Nhã Quynh will help me to continue our group's parts.
Hello everyone, my name is Nhã Quynh and I will continue the presentation by introducing to you the project which we would love to apply into our 2B9 creators in next school year. Alright, so let's begin with the aims of our activity. In order to meet the demands of the students that we have just analyzed during the previous stage of the presentation, we would love to improve the students' speaking skills through different activities. During the project, the student will participate in like collecting the information and make it into a presentation and recording it. Moreover, they are gonna make different interviews with like foreigners or maybe their friends. So I believe that during the project there will be lots of speaking activities that occur. The next aims of our of our project would be improving students' vocabulary and ideation. I believe that the main difficulties that students are facing nowadays in terms of speaking skills would be their vocabulary and ideation. Some of them do not have enough idea to express themselves, but some of them do not have enough vocabulary to express the idea that they have already had. So during the project, we will love to improve that part of student. The third aims of us is developing students' soft skills, including collaborating, critical thinking, data collecting, and information filtering. They have to collab together because this is a group work. They have to think critically because they will come across lots of information. They have to collect the data, filter them, and think critically in order to decide which one is suitable for their presentation and which one are not. Moreover, we hope to create a memorable memory for students because they are gonna be they're gonna be the ninth graders of our school in the next school year. So, because it's the last year of secondary school, so we would love to brings them some memories that they can bring to with them together into the end of their life, maybe. And the last aims of our project is to enable students to experience working in the media field. There are many reasons for this, which I will analyze later. But what I want to say here is that media field is one of the most popular job recently. And in many like other parts of the world, the young generation who are still the teenagers have already have the opportunity to approach to access to the media field. So I would love to give my student the chance to do the same thing. Okay, so now let's move to the main rules, the policy of the activity. We name the activity small actions, big impact, and I will tell you the reason why. Speaking of the small actions, the students gonna film a video include a presentation about an environmental problem that are chosen at the destination that is chosen at the destination. So beside the presentation about the problem, they're gonna interview the foreigners or the students about the mentioned issues. What we want the children to really achieve here is that they're beside the speaking skill, they will have the deeper knowledge about environments because we all know that during the 21st century, everyone is focusing on environment. Environment has been a hot potato during lots of arguments. So we would love to prepare our students with the knowledge not only about English but also about environment. The next part of the activity is big impact. Size after realizing being acknowledged about the problem, the students have to work together to figure out the solutions and they have to film the presentation about the solution to the issues that they have chosen in the previous stage. So in short, they're gonna film a video which includes a presentation about the problem, an interview, or maybe lots of interviews about different people. They can interview foreigners at the destination or the students in the same class, and then they have to figure out the solution and present it in their videos. So there will be three main contents that we include in the activity. About the products, we have divided into tangible products and intangible products. Speaking of the tangible product, of course, it is a 12 to 15 minute videos from students. And the intangible products are the improvement in their speaking skills, of course, about presenting and interviewing, the improvement in their soft skill, collaborating, data collecting, information filtering, and of course, unforgettable experiences for students because this is gonna be the first time that they travel to another place with their friends from the same class and together do an activities that will have an impact on the environment. Okay, so this is the requirements for the for the tangible product. Speaking of the length, I have already mentioned in the previous part, it's gonna be 12 to 15 minutes, including the intro and the outro of the video. Next is the cast. Um, we have already estimated each class of our school will have around 30 students. So we want at least 15 students within a class to appear in the video. And of course, other students who cannot appear in the video must have their name in the ending credit. Like they can do all the tasks like making the subtitles or editing the sounds or editing the films or filmings or scripting or anything. But all of the 30 students have to participate in the project. The next part is the content. We would love to have an environmental problem in their video, an interview, at least 5 interviewees, and a solution. It would be better if students like not only present the solution, but also like they will like actually do the solution. Let's take an example of a class and they chose to do about the fact like the situation where people are throwing too much stress through the to the street. So the student, instead of saying that, oh, we need to collect the stress and put them into the bin, so it's a very easy thing to do. So we hope that the student actually do the things. It would be better if they film themselves collecting the garbage and put them into the trash bin. So of course, we will make it clearer in the documents that we'll hand into the students so that they actually know what they have to do. And talking about the marking criteria, I have already made a detailed rubric and I really hope that it will be like well delivered to you in PDF. But here are like the main criteria. First thing is the content. Of course, what we really want clear content, clearly presented and easy to understand. The pronunciation and language accuracy is the things that related to the student's speaking skills. Mm, Filming and editing, of course, because this is a filming video project. So we really need to mark the filming and editing. But of course, it's not gonna be too strict because they are still secondary school students. Next one is the solution. Speaking of the marking criteria, I have already created a detailed rubric in documents, and I really hope that it finds you well after the meetings. But here are the main marking criteria. The first thing is content, of course, right? We really want the content will be like clearly presented, clearly delivered, and they have to meet the requirements of the content, including 3 main parts: the presentation about the issues, the interviews, and the solution. Next is the pronunciation and language accuracy in terms of vocabulary and grammar. So these are just the criteria in order to judge or to mark the speaking skills of students. So I really think that it is necessary. And the next thing is filming and editing. Of course, because this is a video project, students have to film the videos and like different shorts and then put them together in order to make a complete video. So I really think that filming and editing is important. But of course, we're not gonna make it too strict because they are still secondary school students. Next is the solution. Of course, we really want to see a like an effective solution. It's not gonna be just the word, but we really hope to see them actually solving the problems, and we wanna hear a proper solution. And last but not least is creativity. It's pretty hard for us to judge if students is creative or not in the activity because they have to think of the solution and they have to figure out the problem themselves. So there are lots of stage that they need to work for. But we really hope that In terms of creativity, we really hope to see the student actually think of the solution and actually research for the problems, not just some common problems of environment on that which they can easily find on the internet, or some like vague solution. And maybe during the process of them delivering the content or editing the film, we really hope to see some creativity here, so we put the criteria there. And the next part is also a very important part. We have like we have simply organized the prize structure here. We're gonna have one first prize, one second prize, and one third prize, and of course another prize for most favorite video. So in total we're gonna have four prize. Anh làm lại cái phần prize nha anh ơi. Speaking of the prize, we're gonna have like one first prize, one second prize, one third prize, and one prize for most favorite video. So in total, we're gonna have four prize. The first, second, and third prize is gonna based on the mark that the judges give the students. But the most favorite video prize gonna be we're gonna let the student vote for the video on social media. Like the teachers, the board of directors gonna post the videos of different class on social media, and after that we're gonna count, for example, like the like, the share, and the comment. We have already think of the situations when like some students they're too smart and they know so well of the technology issues, so they're gonna hack for the like and the share. But of course the teachers, our IT teachers gonna make sure that the voting is fair, because we're gonna check every account of the student, whether it's a public or a private account, whether it's have been created for a long time or just has been created recently. And we have to do lots of other methods in order to make sure that the voting is fair. So basically, there will be four prizes, three based on the score and one voting prize. Now we're going to move to the next part, which will be presented by the last member of our group, Miss Lệ Chi. Ok, khúc này là tới proposal timeline của Chi nhé. Xong rồi khúc cuối là sẽ có một cái của Quỳnh nữa. Like, thank you, Miss Lệ Chi, for presenting one of the most difficult parts of our presentation, which is working directly with students and the parents. Okay, so now I'm gonna present to you the sponsor's proposal. Of course, we do not want to work on the project ourselves. We would love to have the participation of centers out of our school. But in this time, it's not gonna be an English center, but it is a multimedia center. We would love to introduce to you the reason why we choose multimedia to be the main parts of our project. So firstly, let's talk about our target. There are to be nine creators, so it is very obvious that they come from the Gen Alpha. The Gen Alpha was born during the time when iPad, iPhone, and other technology devices developing. So they are the generation that receive and they can enjoy all of the result of the technology development. So we have done lots of research and we figure out that the Gen Alpha, what they need the most in order to be successful in the future is be encouraged in digital intelligence. And why we choose multimedia? Let's think of the career prospect. Multimedia is like the combinations of moving and still pictures, sounds, music, words, and especially computers for entertainment. So this is the career that meet most of the demands and interests of the Gen Alpha like comes from technology and art and beauties and making films entertaining. All of the keywords that related to multimedia is the interest of the Gen Alpha. And of course, this is one of the most popular jobs nowadays because multimedia, we can see multimedia in lots of different, like in different aspects of lots of career. Even in education, we need to use multimedia to create videos for our students to learn English. Or in marketing, we also need multimedia. And I can see that most of other career need multimedia. So that is the reason why we chose multimedia for this project. And next, we want to introduce to you our sponsor, Arena. So we really hope that Arena Multimedia is gonna be our sponsor and collaborator. This is because they're gonna have the advanced training methods and standard training environment, the diverse study promotion policy, especially for high schoolers, which are like our student. They are now ninth graders, so they're gonna be high schoolers next year. So it's gonna be great if they just like the freshmen in high school and they're participating in the courses of Arena. And of course, they have employment support for students as well. Arena Multimedia is a center that deliver courses related to multimedia for a student, and they also have courses for high schoolers. That is the main reason why we choose Arena Multimedia for this project. So speaking of the workshop, we really hope that Arena Multimedia is gonna collaborate with us in order to make a workshop for our students because of course they're still freshmen. They know nothing about multimedia and English presentation. They still have lacked there are still many abilities that they are lack of. So we really want to have a workshop to train for them. Of course, the organizer is going to include our school, our board of director, our English teacher, and Arena Multimedia. We would love to invite a guest speaker from Arena Multimedia, and we have already targeted Mr. Dong Tu. He's the alumni of the center, and he specialized in filming and editing. He's also an cái này mẹ dùng để làm lại nha. We would love to invite a guest speaker, and we have already targeted Mr. Dong Tu. He is an alumni of Arena Multimedia, and he specializes in filming and editing. He's also an alumni of Hồng Vân Academy, my mistake, with high distinction and specialized in acting. He's also the CEO of a media company called Good Tech, and he has participated in filming and editing team of many movies such as We Go, which is now published in the cinemas of our country. So I think that Mr. Dong Tường have lots of qualifications and he's suitable for being the guest speakers, and he is gonna deliver the valuable knowledge relating to filming and editing to our students. This is the timeline of our workshop. We're gonna have one offline workshop, which will be presented by one English teacher of our school. Sorry, it's gonna be the head teacher, or it's gonna be some like one of the teachers. We have not decided yet because they still have to participate in teaching the students. So we really need to make sure that the workshop does not affect their workload. So we're still picking the content. They're gonna deliver the steps to make a proper presentation, how to write appropriate script and interview techniques. All of the things that the teacher is gonna train is about English presenting, about English speaking skills, and the venue is gonna be our school. We're gonna use the ballroom. Next is the experiencing day, sorry. Of course, the speaker is gonna be our guest speaker. About the content, Mr. Tung is gonna deliver the filming technique and the editing technique, both basic and advanced, and of course, some principles of filming. The reason why we think that he should deliver the information in both basic and advanced way is that like the Gen Alpha, our students, they have already approached to technology and it knows a lot about technology. So I think that basic knowledge and advanced knowledge is suitable to various students of our school. About the experience, we hope that Arena can allow us to hold a day of video editor in Arena Multimedia. We would love to have some students from your center to be the volunteer and instruct our students to experiencing how to be a video editor, like the work day of them, what they're gonna do, how they receive the video from the customer, and how they edit it and how they publish. So there is a lot of things, and we hope that our student can experience this job. About the benefits that we love to bring to Arena Multimedia is increasing their recognition. The first benefits that we would love to bring to our sponsors, Arena Media, is increasing their recognition. So we will have your logos appear in the products of our students, and of course, you can use our students' products for marketing purposes. Like you can see, okay, this is the video of the high school of the to be high school students that experiencing our campus, and they deliver the video, anything. And of course, you can put a consulting booth at our school for marketing purposes. We're gonna allow you to put a booth in our schoolyard for like every Monday. And of course you can marketing your course to the ninth graders so that they can take your course when they are already high school students. And of course, we're gonna give you high quality freshmen because you can annually enroll students at our school. You can put a booth for marketing so you know what students have the interest in the field. And of course, you can train them, like you can give information for them to prepare before getting, like before entering your course. So we really think that the quality of your freshmen in the future is very high. And now this is the last part of the presentation, but it's also one of the most important one. And we're gonna show you the budget plan. For the vehicle renting, which is gonna be used for like transporting our school student to your campus, is gonna be 17 million Vietnam dong. About the cash for awarding with the first prize, second prize, and third prize, and the most favorite videos, you can see on the screen. Beside the cash for awarding, we're gonna have the voucher values, and together with the occurred expense, it's gonna be 10 million Vietnam dong. The reason why the occurred expense is so high is because the workshop as well as the project is gonna be outdoors, right? It's not gonna be in our school campus, so we do not know if there's any emergency situations. That is the reason why we leave the occurred expense up to 10 million Vietnam, or it can be higher if we can discuss for a higher occurred expense in the future. So at the present, we have think of the total amount of money that we need you to sponsor for us is 84 million Vietnam dong. But we really hope that it can be higher because once again, this is an outdoor activity and could be any emergency situation happen. And that is also the last part of our presentation, the proposal about the new project that we love to deliver to our students. Thank you so much for your attention, and we really hope to have the collaboration from Arena Multimedia as well as the the permissions of our board of director of Lesungan Secondary School. Thank you so much for listening. Samai.
Now, let's move on to the proposed timeline. So, in the proposed timeline, there are three main phases. The first phase is preparation, and it took about 1 month. Next is the execution phase. It took about 3 weeks. And then the final phase is the reflection. It took about 3 weeks too. So in the file that we sent to you guys, we have attached a detail proposed timeline here. But here, I will go through the main phases and what's content inside. So for the preparation, phase number 1. First is the need analysis step. It contains 3 main steps. First, you need to prepare an online form for students to fill out. And after the student fill out, the teacher will base on the result to create a general and more detailed plan. Next is the criteria. The criteria consists of 3 parts. That is the criteria of the report, of the video, and of an interview. After we have the result of the needs analysis, we know what exactly destination that the student wants to visit. Then we come to the detailed itinerary. And then after we have the itinerary, we will have the data to create a budget. A budget plan consists of accommodation, consists of transport, and the meals. After we have like the itinerary and the budget, we will finalize the general plan and we will contact the school authorities for approval. And after we have the approval, we will have a teacher and staff meeting to assign roles. That is phase 1. Now we move on to phase number 2. We will have the detailed itinerary and translate into Vietnamese, then give it to student and they will bring it home for their parents to read and then get the approval and signature. After this step, then we will kick off the video production workshop. So in this video production workshop, we will have these we will cover these main contents. That is, okay. After we have the parents' approval, we will move on to the video production workshop. And in this workshop, we will cover through these main contents. It is about teach students how to do the camera operation, scripting, filming technique, video editing basics, and interviewing techniques. And after the workshop, it is our main event. It is the dialect trip. And after the dialect trip, we move on to phase number 3. The student will finish on their report and editing the video. After that, they submit their product to the teacher. And the teacher will evaluate and give them feedback. Then after we have the result, the best product, we will activate award ceremony. And after the ceremony, the teacher and staff will gather to give each other feedback and to do the self-reflection and to see that if they have meet the educational objectives and identify areas for improvement. Then we go over the tour organization part. So as you can see on the screen here, based on the result of the needs analysis, Dalat is the destination that student most wanted to go. So after we have the destination, we contact the travel company. Here, we chose Vietnam Booking Corporation. And of course, we will have the detailed information in the file that we attach to you. Vietnam Booking Corporation is one of the most prestigious company in the field because they have a long history to customize tour for school and companies. Then we contact the Vietnam Booking Corporation. The next things that we need to do is we need to make sure that if any student is vegan or they are allergic to anything, we send them the form to fill in. If they are vegan or if they are allergic to milk, egg, nuts, fresh red meat, or even fish. And then we gather those information. We send them to the travel company for them to contact with the hotel and the kitchen to make sure that our students are safe when they enjoying meals. And then we move on to the detailed itinerary. So the whole journey will take about 2 days and 1 night. So in day 1, these are the main activities that we're gonna do. First, we arrive in Đà Lạt. Then we visit Lam Viên Square. We have lunch. In the afternoon, we visit Bảo Đại Palace, and we have the student to enjoy Đà Lạt tea, the specialty of Đà Lạt, and then we have dinner. On day number 2 is the filming day. So the destination we chose here is the City Flower Gardens. In the morning, they will have the team building games. In the afternoon, we will do the filming activities. Of course, the filming activities is under control of the teacher and the staff, but the student can freely choose whatever kind of content and places that they want to film. On day 3, they're gonna have is day 3, and we're gonna cover the interview day because the whole day was spent for the interview, and they can do the interview in the hotel. And in the morning they will do the interview, and in the afternoon they will complete proofread the reading and the interviewing and the report, and then in the afternoon they will check out the hotel, get on the bus, and go back to the school. That is about our detailed itinerary as the end of my presentation. Now we move on to the sponsor proposal. Thank you for listening.